PocketBase is an open source backend which you can use locally in your system, or you can deploy it as a software as a service in a cloud. So it is very easy to integrate, and it provides various features like real-time database, authentication, file storage, and admin dashboard. So it provides admin dashboard like this, where you can manage all the data, and it is also provide real-time database, authentication, file storage, and it is so much easy to integrate. You just have to download a exe file and run this command, and it will open admin panel for us by just clicking on this URL. It is very easy to integrate, and it also provides us various authentication providers like Google authentication, Facebook authentication, Twitter authentication, GitHub authentication, and so many more. And it provides these services out of the box, and you can also use normal authentication like cookie or token based authentication with PocketBase. So in this tutorial we will create a PocketBase backend from the scratch, and we will see how we can integrate this to our Angular project or Angular application. So it is a preview of our application that we are going to create, and we have this application with these routes, and these things are just coming from the PocketBase backend. These three records, we can add records from here, we can edit them, we can delete them. So we have performed all the CRUD operations here. So let's get started without any delay. Let's create a new project. So right here, ng new Angular pb demo, which is a project name. Next we will have this standalone flag which tells that we are going to create this project with newer standalone APIs. So next flag will be minimal. It means we are going to follow minimal approach, and it is not a recommended approach because we are not going to create a testing file, and when we create a component, it will only create a single TypeScript file, and it will follow the inline template and inline style approach, which is not a traditional approach. Traditionally, when we create an application, when we create a component, we typically create 4 files. First file will be component.html file, next one is component.typescript file, and next one is component.style.css file, and the last one will be component.spec.ts file, which is for unit testing purpose. And we are going to skip all of these. It will, when we will create a component, it will just create a single TypeScript file. And now we will set style equals to SCSS because we want to allow SCSS in our project. You can also use style equal to CSS if you want to use CSS. And next flag is our routing. It means we are implementing routing in this project. So press enter, and it will create a new project for you. So after creating a project, type code and name of the project, and our project will be opened in Visual Studio Code. So it is our project. Now let's create our backend with PocketBase. So just type here pocketbase.io, and it is the official website of PocketBase. Go here in the documentation section. Inside we have these various links, and all of these are the executable files. So we're gonna download it for Windows here. So let's download it and save. It will take a while, and now we have downloaded it, and it is asking me some permission. Okay, so I'm gonna open this file, and here we have this exe file, PocketBase application. So just copy this and paste it in the root folder. So I'm going here, reveal in file explorer, paste that file here in the root directory. Although it is not mandatory, you can do it anywhere. You can paste it anywhere you want. When we open our Visual Studio, you will see that we have this PocketBase exe file. So I'm going to close this folder because I do not need it. Now how we can start our server for PocketBase? So just type here PocketBase serve, and our server has been started. And in this URL we have our APIs, and in this URL we have our admin panel. So press Ctrl and click with mouse. Now it will be open here, and it is our admin panel for this service. So let's type here an email and a password. Okay, I guess I have entered some wrong password, so I'm going to type it again. Okay, we are good. Now here we have our admin dashboard, and if we click here we have two options, log out and manage admins. So if we click here in the manage admins, here I have this admin which I have created earlier, and we have various options here like this auth provider. We can connect any auth provider with our application, like we can add Google provider, Apple, Facebook, GitHub, whatever you want. So if I click here, we can enter the client ID and secret and all of other things, and you can easily integrate this thing, but it is not the case right now. Let's go here, and the mail setting, we can provide email provider and integrate email service with our application. Now we have here application section, just the name of application and application URL, etc, etc. So now we will go here in the collection. We have this default collection for our application, and we have these fields ID, username, etc, etc. And what is this users collection? So recently we have registered with admin, but your application can have multiple users with multiple roles. You can create those users from here and give them permissions. Now we will create let's see how we can create new collection. So click in the new collection section and the name of collection. So let's name it books, and it is a plural, BOOKS. Okay, now we have some inbuilt fields here. So ID created and updated, these fields are automatically created, so we do not need to create these fields. Now we will create a new field. Now we have these various options like text, rich editor, number, bool, email, URL, etc, etc. We're going to go with plain text, and this field will be title. Now we can apply some validations rule here. So just click on this setting icon in the right corner and click here, and here we can give minimum length and maximum length. Okay, and it will be non-empty. That's good. Okay, we have created our collection. Suppose we want to add few more fields, so go here in the edit collection section, and here we can add new field. It will also be a text field which will be author, and we will apply some validation logic here also for 20, and it will be non-empty. So I'm not going to click on save changes because I want to add more fields here. So add one more field, and it will be a number, and it will be a year. Okay, so here we are not going to apply any validation rule. Now we have successfully added these things. Okay, so let's add few fields here. First, title will be book 1 and author 1 2001. That's it. Add one more field, so add new record, and here title book 2, and it will be author. Here we will have author 2, here 1995. Okay, So let's see how we can retrieve this data. So if we go here in the API preview section, you can see we have this left panel, and here we have all the SDK and API related information. This one for list, this one for view, it means you want to find item by ID. It one for create, adding a new item, updating the item, deleting the item, and it is for real time like socket. Okay, so we're gonna go here for the list section, and here we have this URL for API, and this one is a JavaScript SDK. So we're gonna go here with this API details. So let's type here 12700 and copy this line. Okay, I press enter. Here we have this 403 forbidden, because only admin can access this data. So by default our APIs are protected and only admin can see them or get these resources. Now how to give permission? So go here in the edit collection, and we have this section API rules, and by default we have rules admin only. So list can be accessed by admin only. So and all the things, view rule, create rule, update rule, delete rule, all of these rules are set to admin. If I click here and leave it blank, blank, that's it. If I leave it blank, then anyone can access these records. Okay, and it is not a recommended approach. Please apply some sort of authentication. So if I want to perform some sort of authentication, it means only a valid admin can see this record, these records. Then I can go here, request.auth.id doesn't equals to null. We can apply this rule, and now if I click on this, and we are not able to get this resource. So I'm going to go here and remove this one, because I do not want any validation rule here. So it is how we can apply some authentication logic to our APIs, and we can secure our APIs. So that's it for our admin section, and move here to our application section. Now we have done lots of things. So let's open the command prompt, and I'm going to open this application in the browser, ngserve open. So let's look into this structure. Now we are using the standalone APIs or standalone structure for projects, so we do not have any app module section. Okay, so here we do not have any app modules, so we have this main.ts file. Here we have defined that we are bootstrapping our application with app component. Before that we bootstrapped our application with app module. Now we are bootstrapping our application with app component. Okay, so it is our app component, it's our index.html file, and sorry, it is our main.ts file, it is index.html file, and here we will have our app component. So here it is the app component, and let's remove all of these things and just type hello. So yeah, we are good. Let's remove the hello part also. Okay, so just close it for now. Now we have this app.config.ts file, and we provide some configuration here, like if you want to access HTTP files, then you have to write here provide HTTP, something like this. So it is just a configuration file. Now here we have this app.routes section. Here we can define our routes. So first of all, we will go with some routes. We are definitely going to define some routes. Okay, so let's type here and just this path. First one will be blank path, and we will redirect to home. If we do not define any path, then we will by default redirect to home. And now if we define a path slash, not slash, just home, then our component will be home component, which we haven't defined yet. So first of all, let's define those components. So let's define those components. Okay, so I'm going to open one more terminal here. So just type here nggc nggc and components slash home. It means inside the inside the components folder we will define a home component. Right now we do not have any component folder, but it will create one for us. So press enter and let's wait. It will take a while and it will create a components folder here, and inside that component we will have this home component folder. That's good. We'll create another component here, and it will be, let's see, what should we name it? It will be nggc, and it should be this books component. So let's name it books. Okay, now we have created our books component, and let's create another component, and let's name it add books, something like this. Okay, we are good. So now we can define few routes here. It should be a home component, it should be a books component, and it should be books. One more thing, books slash, let's name it add books, and it would be add books component. It should be add books component, but we will change its route. It will be edit, and we will also provide id here. So these are our routes. Now here in the what it is, let's open our app component file. So press Ctrl P and we can search app component.ts file, and here we will define our routes. So let's go here, bootstrap 5, and get bootstrap.com, and here we can copy its css. Okay, let's copy that css and open the index.html file. Let's copy this thing here. That's good. Now we will go here and just search here navbar, and here we have this navbar, but we do not need that complex navbar. Let's see, do we have any simpler ones? Okay, so this one looks little good, so just copy this thing here. Okay, it is our navbar. Let's see how it is looking. It is looking fine, and let's remove this link. So should be home and books. We need only two menus, home and this one, and let's name it Angular PB, PocketBase, Angular. Okay, here, okay, here. So let's remove this href from here, and also from here. Okay, let's define here router module, and just type here router link equals to home. Okay, and this one should be router link equals to /books. Oops, here would be something bad. So let's see what is happening here. Okay, if I type here router link and just type here home, let's see what is happening here. So if I go here, it's saying that okay, so I'm gonna go here app dot routes file, and I have done a mistake here. It should be path match equals to full. Okay, we are good here. Let's provide another link here, router link equals to books. That's good. And here we can provide a class equals to layout or container. Okay, P4. Let's remove this container. Let's see how it's looking with P4. Okay, P4 is not working. Let's see px4 is working or not. Px4 is not working, py4 is working. Okay, just type pt4, not working. So let's do something like padding from top will be 4 and padding from left will be 5. Let's see, is it working? No. Can we, so I'm going to remove this one and I'm gonna wrap these things inside a div. So div dot class equals to div dot class equals to, sorry, so div dot p4. Let's see how it is doing. Let's see, yeah, it is doing fine. Okay, now we are good. We have created our components, home and books. That's good. Okay, so let's create our service. So okay, let me think. Oops, yeah, So let's create our service nggs, and it will be services slash, and it will be our book service. So we will create this file here. Here it is, our book service. Okay, and we need to do one more thing here, ng generate and environments, because we want some fields that will be that will not be exposed to end users when we put this application in server. For that we are going to use the environments. So ngg environments. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's good. And here we have this environments folder, and we have two environments, environment.ts and environment.development. So we're going to use development environment. So if we define a key here, suppose we define a key name auth url, something like this, and if we define it here auth url, so which auth url it is going to take. So when we are in development section, it will take auth url from this development file, and when we are in the production section, it will take environment this auth url from the environment.ts file. So we are going to define things only here. So it will be our base url, and base url will be this one. Okay, so just copy this and we are good. It is our base url. That's it. Okay, and now open our, which service it is, book service. So press Ctrl P, book service. So let's create few methods here. So go here in the API preview section, you can see it is for get all records from the books collection. So with this API we can get all the records from book collection, or we can get records with pagination. It's all up to you. So here we can use either this JavaScript SDK, or we can use this API. It totally depends on you. So if we use API, we just have to use this URL. Okay, so let's use this API, and let's go here. And sorry, we are not going to use API here because it is much simpler to use. That's it. Nothing personal. I just find it much more simpler. But for this you have to install a package. So just type here npm install PocketBase save, and npm, sorry, it is npm. Okay, npm install PocketBase save. That's it. Will take a while, so we have to wait for it. Okay, we are done here. So let's go here and let's name it as sync. Let's name our method get books. Just type here import PocketBase from PocketBase. PocketBase. It is suggesting PocketBase, small PocketBase. Here it is also a small PocketBase. Okay, and we can also use, I guess, PocketBase. Okay, now here we have to write this line. So just type here const pb equals to new PocketBase, and here we will provide a URL, so R is inside environment.base URL. That's good. Now here either we can fetch paginated records or we can fetch all records. It's totally up to you. And here I'm gonna get full list of records. So just copy this line, not copy, let's write this thing, const records. So let's see how it is. Const records equals to await pb dot collections. Here we will provide the name of our collection, which is books, and let's see, pb dot collection, not collections. That's why I'm getting error here. pb dot collection dot books, comma, sorry, dot, and get full list. Okay, we can also sort item by created. So let's sort it by created in descending order. That's it. So with this single line we can get records from the database. Okay, so let's create a model for this data. In this way we can create a strongly type data. Okay, so here we will create a folder and let's name it models. Okay, inside the model let's name it, let's see, book.model.ts. that's it. And let me show you one thing. I have an extension called paste JSON as code. So I have this extension. It is a very convenient extension. So if we go here and we can see that this data we are getting from the response. So let's copy all of this JSON and just type here control shift P, and here we have this paste as JSON, and we can also search it from here, paste as JSON code. So if I click on this, I don't know why it is not working. I guess it is not copied again. Let's copy it, control shift P, paste JSON as code, and now let's do it again. Let me show you. Just copy this line and control shift P, paste JSON as code. Here we have to type a top label class. So our top label class will be let's see, book list model. It is our top class. And okay, so here we have this interface called book list model. We have these things here, page, per page, total pages, and items. And here we have another thing, this is called item. Okay, we can change this item to book model and this thing to book model array, and that's it. Now we have successfully created our interfaces. Okay, so let's see what it is returning us. So it is returning us this. Let's see what it is returning us. Go here and go here, and it is returning this JSON. That's it. So we can say that it is returning book list model, and let's say it is returning promise of this. Would it be right? I guess not. So let's write here book list model. What it is saying: record is declared, book record is missing the following properties from page per page total pages. Oh, leave it as it is for now, and just return this records from here. Okay, so here it is saying that we are returning this and this. Okay, now let's go here in the book component, book component.ts. Let's inject this service. So we are going to inject with functional injector. So just type here, book service equals to inject, and it will be our book service. Okay, and we'll implement on init function here. So implement on init hook on init, press control dot. Okay, so we need to implement its functionality here. Okay, now we are good. So what we are going to do here, we are going to check what we are getting from this getBooks method. So we have injected this service here, and so let's create a method getBooks. Okay, and let's make it private. So here this dot book service, oops, here is spelling mistake, book service. Okay, so this dot book service and dot get books, and because this method returns a promise, you can see here it returns promise, so we're gonna put it inside the try catch block. So put this thing here and catch exception or error. Let's log this error here. Okay, and it should be async. Okay, async, and it should be await. So here we can write it like const books equals to this. Now you can see that we have this array of records. So let's see what it inside this book. So let's type here. Okay, let's not do it here. So let's type here books, and let's name it, let's define its type of any. Okay, so now we can say that this dot books equals to this, and let's print it here, books, and we're going to use this JSON pipe, so our data will be converted to JSON. So let's see what is here we are getting here. Okay, we are not getting anything because we haven't called it here, so just call it this dot get books, or let's name it load books. So load books. Okay, load books, that's it, and we are getting this array. So you can see we are getting array directly, we are getting a object, this object directly inside an array. But here they are saying that you will get this type of data. It means you will get page per page, total pages, total items, and you will have a key items, and inside that items you will have an object. But we have this object directly inside the array, and so I guess this response is related to this API, but with pagination record. So if we call this method books get list, and we will pass some pagination data, we will get this type of response. But we are not getting right now, we are getting this type of response. So I am guessing it that we will get this type of response if we will hit this method, but we are hitting this method and we are getting this data. Okay, so what we can do, it means our book model, this model is wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it, and let's search here Control Shift P, it is control palette, sorry, Control Shift P, command palette, and paste as JSON. So our top model will be book model. Okay, and here now we are getting directly this type of data in this JSON. Okay, so let's close this guy, and here we can write, first of all let's remove this guy, and here we can say that we are getting book model, an array of book model. So let's see, yeah, we are fine. Now our method is strongly typed and it is returning promise of book model, and we can also write here promise of book model. Okay, so we are good here, we are getting our data. So let's remove this guy, and just type here h1, and let's name it books. Okay, h1, and below this we will have a button, and type equals to button, and let's name it add more. Okay, and below that we will define a table. So just define here table, and it will have a class table striped and table bordered. Okay, now we will have few things like, let's put it inside a div. So div dot empty margin top 3, and we're gonna put this table inside this div, and let's give some space from left. Okay, now we will have t head because we are inside the table. We will have this tr, and we will have td, sorry, not td, th. First one will be book title, then book author, Next one will be, oops, it is author. Next one will be year, and here we will have another thing that is called lesson. Okay, now we will have t body. Now we will have tr, where we will define our ng4 loop. ng4 let book of books. Here we will have some td, and here we will define book dot title. Okay, here we will define book dot author, book dot year, and we'll have two action links here for edit and delete. So just type here button dot btn success. Okay, and let's name it edit, let's name it delete, let's name it danger, and here we will define some class also. Class equals to btn info, and here we will define router link equals to add books. Okay, because we have this route, and here we have this add books, so it should not be add books, it should be add book, and it should be edit book. Okay, so let's change it to add book. Okay, we are fine. Let's see how we are doing here. And yeah, this router link is not going to work, and I know why, is we have to import router module here, because we are using standalone components in this project. Okay, now we are good. So if we go here in the add book section, book section, and click on this add more, we are here in add book section. We are good, and let's give some margin from right, mr1. Let's see how it is looking. Oh, it's not looking good. I don't know how. Okay, let's leave it as it is. We are not gonna waste any time on this. Okay, so we have displayed our books, that's good. Now let's work on add book section. So here let's write another method, async add book const pb. Let's copy this line, const pb equals to this, and here await pb dot collection, name of collection is books, and create, and it is asking some parameters which we will get from here. So let's name it book, it will be type of book model, that's good, and we will pass it here. Okay, and let's see what we are getting here. Const record equals to response equals to what we are getting. We are getting a record, and our record is this book model, so it will be a type of book model. And let's return it, return response. Okay, now let's go here in book, not book, add book component, add books component, and here let's define a form. So here bootstrap 5 forms, we have this simple form. Okay, so let's copy this guy and just type here h1. It will be add update book. Now div class equals to width 50. I guess we are right about the width 50, and inside here we'll define this form. Let's see. So we have this label. Okay, so we have this label and it will be for our title. Okay, and here we will have this title, sorry, class equals to form label, and it will be title. That's good, and I'm going to delete all of these for now, and we will have this title input type equals to text, and class form control. We do not need this ID. Okay, we do not need this one also. That's it, and let's remove here, sorry, let's remove this guy. Let's see how it is looking. Okay, so we are looking good. This one title and this one is this, and let's name it text danger. It should be, okay, it is not in, okay, it is text danger. Okay, now here we can display our validation message. We can also define this thing here, and here we will define span class equals to as, and here we will define our message. Okay, now we'll leave it just like this. Now we need to define a form here, so it will be form, it will be type of form group. That's it, and here we will define implements on init. Now we need to define ng on init method here, so I'm going to define it here and here. Okay, but before that we need to define a service. We need to inject a service, so I'm going to define some services here, and here we will have some fields. So let's inject a service called form builder. So fb equals to inject and form builder. Okay, now here this dot, let's name it book form. This dot book form dot this dot book form equals to this dot fb dot group, and here we will define our fields, which will be title, and title by default will be empty. And here we will define some validation, so just type here validators. Okay, dot required, and here we will have author, and another thing we will have, let's name it what it was, year. Yeah, year. We can define some more validation here. For that we need to convert it to array, and now we will define some more validation here. Min length equals to 4, and validators dot max length equals to, let's say max length was our 20. Max length was 20. Okay, and here just gonna copy these things and paste these things here. We have title, author, this. We will have one more thing here which is called ID. Okay, and that's it. ID, that's it. Since we have defined our form, we need to define one more thing here, because we are using validations here. So we need a setter which will return all the controls of this form. So let's name it setter, and f get f, and it will return this dot book form dot controls. So it will return all the controls. So we are using this for validation purpose. It should be getter, not setter. So let's see. Okay, now we are good. Now we have our book form and this. So let's define this thing here. So let's go here in the form section, and we have to define, let's define here form group, and should be form group equals to book form. Okay, and it is not working here. Let's see why it is not working here. So let's type here reactive forms module. Okay, now it is working. Form group book form, that's nice. And here we will have form control name equals to title. That's good, and it should not be here. Yeah, it should be here. Now here we will define some validation logic. So here we will write div, and here ng if, and here we will write ng if f, and we have defined this f here, which is a setter method. And where it is, sorry, not here, it should be here. This is f. Okay, f dot, sorry, f, and here we will have our property name title, and here should be invalid, and here we will define this thing again, f dot title dot dirty, or touched, then we'll define it here. Okay, so that's it. We can copy this thing here. It should also be helpful and it should also work. And let me see. Yeah, is here. It's okay to be here. Let's type here form. Sorry, that's what it is. Yeah, title is required. And I guess we should move it here. Alright, now we are good, and we can check. We should check one more condition here. ng if. Okay, and ng if this dot title dot errors, and it should have a key message. It should have been like this. It should be errors. Yeah, then not errors required. Okay, now it should work. So let's see. Yeah, title is required. So just copy this thing and this thing, and let's change it. Minimum length should be 4 and max length should be 20. Okay, and now I guess it should be here. Now we have multiple errors, so that should be our final, and it should not be required. So let me think what should be here, and it should be min length, it should be max length. Let's see how it is doing. So if I go here, and I don't know it is working or not. So let's define some other fields also. So let's define it here, title, and it should be author, and author. Oops, it should be copied from here. I'm gonna remove these two for now, and let's keep it simple. It should be author, and author should be for author, and author. Okay, one more field, and it should be year. Here let's see. Yeah, it should be author year, and here it should be year, and here is required. Okay, And we will do one more thing here, which will be disable equals to book form dot invalid. Okay, here we will have some error. Okay, where is our label? Let's copy this guy and paste this guy here. Author, author, author. Title, author, and author is not working. Okay, let's see why it is not working. Where is author? Here, author. Okay, type equals to text, author. Author is invalid, dirty, author touched, then author is required. And here, sorry, not here, author validators dot required, min length 4. Okay, so why it is not working? Let's see why it is not working. So right now it is disabled. So if I type it and type here, okay, now it is invalid. 4, okay, 4 is again invalid, 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 invalid. Okay, it's completely invalid. So let's see, it should be like this, and it should be like this. So this, this, and this. Not working. Okay, let's add one more thing here. Now it is working, but this validation is not working. It should be minimum length of 4, and it should be, oh, it should also, it is also minimum length, it has also minimum length 4, and I don't know why I haven't defined it here. Okay, let me check. So here we have this author errors. Okay, it should be required errors. Author is required. That's good. And here errors, here should not be any validation message. Min length should be 4 and max length should be this. Okay, so D, and here and here. Okay, okay, now it is working fine. 4, yeah. If I go here and client side validation, it's not working perfectly. Something is wrong here, and I guess it should not be capital L, and it should not be capital L also. Let's say A, yeah, B. Okay, now it is good. Let's see. Okay, it should not exceed 20 characters. Author should be, okay, so let's define these things here also. Okay, and rather than title, we should define author here. Okay, we have some error. And what did I do wrong? Is it okay? Yeah. So just copy these lines and paste these lines here. Yeah, we are good. Just copy author, and we are good. Now, yeah, minimum length should be 4. Okay, that's good. And here it should be an integer type. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to define input type equals to number here. And where is it? Input type equals to number. That's it. Yeah, we are good. So book name is programming in C, something like this. Okay, we are good. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to define a submit method. So now we will define our methods here. First of all, we will have on post, and here on post, let's copy this method and let's go here. Ng submit equals to on post. Okay, so let's define here alert this dot book form dot value. So let's name it book 2 author 3 here, this one. Okay, so I guess we are getting something. So let's put it inside this books constant, and here I'm going to see we are missing one thing here. It should be here. Okay, here, okay, on post, and let's change it to book model. So let's see alert json dot stringify books. Okay, so let's define here bbb a, and it should be this, and id is title author and year. That's it. Now what we can do, so let's make it async on post, and here let's put these things inside the try catch block. So catch error, and here we will have console.log error. Okay, and here we will have this thing. That's it. And here we'll have something, this dot, oops, so we have to define a service here. So book service equals to inject book service. That's good. And here we will have another field, message equals to this, and here we'll have this try, and message equals to pending. That's good. and here we will have this dot message equals to something went wrong. Okay, and inside the finally block we will reinitialize this dot message. Okay, and here just this dot book service dot add book, and here we'll type this thing book. Let's change it to book and type here await. Okay, that's it. And here we will define message. We will check a condition, either this message is empty or not, ng if, and here we will check message. Okay, and let's define it like this, message and a string. Now we are good. Now we are looking good. Okay, so let's name it book 3, author 3, here 1990, and let's submit it. I don't know what happened here. Did something happen? Nothing. So let me check. Okay, we have added one more record, and because we did not define any success message here, so we will just type this dot message equals to successfully added, and here this dot book form dot reset here book 4 author 4, and that's it. And we are not displaying any validation message here, so let's see why it is not happening. That message successfully, okay, because finally we are setting it to blank. That was the problem. Let's go here, book 5, author 5, and 1600 successfully added. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And we have these book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5. That's looking great. Now let's try to define our delete method here. So for that we need to go in, we do not need to go here. So okay, let's go here, books.component, and we need to define a method here. Click should be delete, and it should pass, let's see what we can pass here. Okay, we can pass book, that's it. And let's define that method here also, delete, and it will get a parameter book model, that's it. Okay, if and window dot confirm, are you sure? If it is true, then what we will do here, this dot books dot this dot books. Okay, So where is our books? It should be book model, and it should be a type of array. There should not be a problem. So this dot books dot splice. Now it will take starting number, and it should be how we can divide, how we can remove this element. First of all, we need to find the index. So const index equals to this dot books dot index, find index, a dot id equals to triple equals to book dot id. That's it. And if index, then this dot book dot splice, and here starting number, it should be index, and delete count will be 1. Let's see how it is working. So let's see. No, okay. On the cancel, it is also deleting the records. If window.confirm, yeah, it should be true. Cancel, we are fine. Okay, deleted. Book 2 deleted. Book 3 deleted. Book 4 deleted. Book 5 is not going to delete. I don't know why it is not deleting. Let me see why it is not deleting. Alert index. First of all, let's check alert index. Zero. Why its index is 0? A dot id equals to book dot id. Why it is not able to find its index? Okay, so I get it, because now its index is 0, and we are checking if index 0 and by default 0 is false, so it is not going to enter here. So if index is less than greater than 0, sorry, if index is greater than equals to 0, then delete, 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 delete. Yeah, now it is working fine. So what we are going to do here, first of all, let's delete it from server, then delete it from client. Okay, so here we are going to put try catch block again, try, and here close the try, and here we will have catch err console.log err. Okay, now let's define a method here, and if we go here and we have this delete API, okay, so we have this method delete. Okay, async delete book id should be string, and let's copy this line. Okay, const response equals to await pb dot collection dot not dot books dot delete, and here should be book id. That's it, and it is returning a boolean values. So return response. Return response. Okay, so first of all, let's see. So let's define here await this dot book service dot delete book dot id. That's it. And it should also be a sync method because it is returning promise, and we are using async await for getting the value of promise. We can also use cache, sorry, not cache, then and cache block. Let's see how it is working. So let's delete this book 1. Let's refresh. Yeah, book 1 is deleted. Now let's delete this book 5. Now book 5 is deleted. Okay, it is working absolutely fine. Now let's define two more methods here. First one should be, let's copy this line, async, and it should be get book by id. Let's name it get book, and book id is string. This one const record will be type of book model equals to await pb dot collection books dot get 1 and book id. That's it. We'll have, okay, we will return this record. We will have another method. So let's copy this guy and paste this guy here, and here we will have book and book model update book. Oh, here just name it response, return response. Here we will name it update book id comma book. I think that would be fine. Let's see what it is returning. It is returning record. Yeah, it is fine. Then we have created two new methods, get book and update book. Okay, so let's work on this edit. So here we should have, okay, let's see what we can do. So let's work on the edit link here, and here we will define a click method. So it should be click edit, and here should be book dot id. That's fine. And here we will define a method edit, should be book id string, and here we will define a router. So router, not here, something somewhere here, router equals to inject router. That's it, and we will import router. That's it. And here we have imported router, so we will just write here this dot router dot navigate, and here we will define edit book slash, and we will write backtick here slash, let's say book ID. Let's see how it is working. So if I click here and we are edit books, we are in edit book section, that's good. Now we do not have any work in book component. Now we will go to the add books component, and let's okay. So first of all, let's see how we can fetch this ID. So for that, what we have to do, we have to go here and we're gonna check const ID equals to, first of all we need to inject the service here also. So we're gonna check route equals to inject activated route. That's it. Not router, should be route. This dot route dot snapshot dot params, and here we will define this ID. That's it. And when if ID, then alert ID. Let's see. Yeah, it's working fine. So if I go here and go to add section, we are not seeing any ID. If I go here and go in edit section, we are getting this ID. That's great. Now we will find const book or book to update equals to this dot book service dot get book. We'll define a book ID and let's name it to book ID. Now we have this book to update. Oops, book, add book component. Okay, if book to update is not null, and what we are getting here, we are getting promise here. Oops, so we have to use await, and we need to use try catch block. So just put a try block here and catch block here, console.log err, and we are doing lots of things here. So I guess we should move it somewhere, but where? Oops, I'm missing something. So let's press Ctrl Z. Okay, we are fine. So let's create a private method here. So private method load edit form book ID, that's it, and should be string, and here should be async method. Okay, oops, async load edit form. So here we will type load edit form book ID, that's it. Okay, so let's type here, it should be fine then. Load edit form. Okay, now we are here, so we can use a try catch block, try catch, and let's type here console.log error, that's it. This dot if book to update, then this dot book form dot patch value, and here we will type book to update. Let's see how it is working. Okay, it's working absolutely fine. So book 4 author this, and here this. So let's check are we getting not this. Let's check here console.log this dot book form dot value. Okay, we are good. We can do one more thing here, and here we can define the ID. Let's see, do we need or not? Okay, we do not need to define ID. So now we have these values, so let's define some functionality for update. First of all, we need to define an action here, so let's define a field action, and by default it will be add. Okay, and here we will write action small a. Okay, and here, not here, let me see where. Here we will define this dot action equals to edit. That's it. So let's put it here, and let's create a private async method, and let's name it add book. That's it. And if this dot action equals to book, sorry, add, then we will call this add book method, and should we await. That's good. And else we will define another method here, async private async update book, else we will define here this dot update book. So let's copy this thing and this thing, this thing also. Let's copy all of these things. Vending book form. So rather than add book, we will define update book, and it will take one more parameter here, book.id. That's it. Actually, we should not define a book.id here. And service, book service, we can remove this thing from here, and here we can pass book.id. Okay. Book service dot update successfully updated from. Okay, we are not going to reset our form here. Something went wrong. Okay, so let's see. Let's name it book 21 and author 21 and 1994 successfully updated. So let's go here and book 21, author 21, 1994. I guess it is right. So let's name it 1999. And if we go here, 1999. Okay, let's name it book 55, 1997. Let's go here, let's refresh it. Yeah, let's add one more thing, and let's name it programming in C, author John, and here 199, let's name 2005. Successfully added. Programming in C, John 2005, and here let's check it. It is working fine or not. Are you sure? Yeah. So here we have successfully created CRUD operations. Yeah, and that's great. So that was all about PocketBase and how we can integrate PocketBase SDK to our Angular application, and we have performed all the CRUD operations related to PocketBase. So that's it for now. See you next time.